I reacted to a video a couple of days ago titled "Only 2% of Men Make $100,000 a Year." I'll put it up here somewhere if you want to go check that out. For context, this video is a follow up to that video.
What's fascinating about this video wasn't even the response. What fascinated me even more than that was their straight face when they said it.
Is there a number that stands out to you as like a decent salary? Like something that you would be like, okay, he needs to make this much money.
If he's not ever making more than, let's say, $100,000, then I would be a little bit worried about our future.
I would say somewhere between 400K to wherever, like, there's no bar.
Yeah, somewhere around 80 to 100K in your mid-20s.
Which means they have no conception how difficult it is to get to that kind of financial level.
No.
Because even if you look at the numbers, how many people actually make that amount of money? By that, one that said by like 23 or like mid-20s.
23, she said 80 to 100K.
I was like, who? What? Right? And she said it with such a straight face, like what she thought was normal. Mm-hmm. Then the other girl says 400 to whatever.
There's no bar.
Like it's normal. That is how disconnected they are. And now at one point they're talking about, so we can live a life of leisure.
I'd say enough to live a life of leisure, in a sense.
Habibti, if you're making that kind of money, generally you're working overtime, you're not taking holidays off, you're working all the time. Because to get that kind of money, I think people have this idea of making lots of money and think it's just incredible flexibility. I can travel when I want, I can go where I want, I can spend the money however I want. That's not what it is.
You got the money, you just don't have the time.
I like to add to that, man. Like, it's super interesting. You hear these numbers, right? Like in the last video, Courtney Ryan said that only 2% of men ages 20 to 40 make six figures a year, plus are 6 feet tall. Only 2% of men. And you don't even know if these guys are remotely attractive. You don't know their background, their religious background. A lot of these guys don't have religious backgrounds. Money is their God, literally. The grind is their God. There's so many other things, so many other requirements that you don't even get to that point, because you're already at 2%. So your pool is so freaking small. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't think a lot of women think about this stuff. Well, some of them do, but when you tell them what's their response? Oh, he's out there. There's a chance. And it's like, sure, like statistically, it's a chance, but like, there's also another like several million women that are also saying the same thing that you're saying. It's wild out here, man.
Go ahead.
You just don't have the time.
You don't have the time.
Like example, superstars. You got superstars. They're making a lot of money and stuff like that. Like, you think they always have the time to go out? Like someone like, for example, Kevin Hart, that has kids, a wife, side chicks. Someone like Kevin Hart to have wife,
girlfriends,
wife, kids, and does 4 movies a year. 4 movies a year. Mm-hmm. Manages a company. You think he can just take off with his boo and his kids for 3 months?
And then
living lavish?
Motherfucker gets divorced because why? Because the wife says he don't spend enough time with me. It's like, yo, it's
man, that's another big one too, man. That I've heard. I personally know guys that have said this, and one of my best buddies, man. The dude makes a killing, man. Dude makes easily $250,000 a year. Family guy. really real stand up guy, right? And he straight up told me, he said, man, look, if my wife wasn't the type of woman that she is, she would have left. Why? Because most women can't handle what they think they can handle. Most women think they can handle this ambitious man, this driven man. Most of them can't. Literally, most of them just want the money. Pretty much it. They want the time as well. And that's the problem, right? They want both. And it just doesn't work like that. If you want more time, the money comes down. But then what happens? That's not good enough either. The money comes down, then, oh man, you're not the same man that I thought you were. You're not the same man. When we first met, you were doing this and that. So most women can't handle an ambitious man. That's just facts. That comes with things. Okay, what does it come with? I'm not gonna be like texting you all day. I'm not gonna be calling you all day. Like, do you understand that? Are you fine with that? Do you need attention all the time? Do you need validation all the time? Y'all, if she does, I'm gonna be honest, y'all. That ain't me.
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
That's not. Not where I'm at in my life. No. So, a lot of women need to get that through their head, man, because they think, like, I made a video yesterday, and it was a woman talking about how she doesn't care what happens to the marriage. She just only cares about the wedding. She literally said this. I'll put that video up here. And it's like, you hear stuff like that, it's just like, y'all gotta be careful out here, man.
The truth of like dudes who make that kind of money is that vast majority of them are over the age of 40. So either they're already married, already had kids, or already in a relationship. So like,
man, you know, you know what, man, I kind of touched on that earlier, but I kind of skipped it as well because I was talking about my buddy. He's married, obviously. It's exactly true. Is that most of those guys, the very few select guys that even make this type of bread, make this type of money, they're usually already married. They're usually already married. Okay? And as a woman, that means a couple things. Do you want to be the side piece? Do you want to be the side piece? You'll hear some women say that, oh yeah, whatever, as long as he paid me, this and that, whatever, man. Most of y'all ain't not built for that either. Most of y'all gonna want more than that from him too. So most of y'all aren't built to be side pieces. Even though most of these guys, man, that's all they're gonna use you for is a side piece. Like, these dudes aren't gonna leave their wives. Oh man.
but everything's got a trade-off. All that extra money sounds great in theory. We realize on the relationship side of things, you end up sacrificing a lot. So everything has its trade-off. All those dudes that make that tremendous amount of money, guess what? They're far more desirable than the average man. What also means, it's like, if you're not trying to share them, odds are fidelity's probably not in the cards.
I just said it, man. I just said it. I mean, it's the truth, you know. Like, most of these guys are secular guys. These guys do not have religious conviction like me. Like, these dudes are straight up
City boy!
That's facts, man. That's facts.
Well, if you're around that kind of people,
What kind of people?
people that make a whole lot of money, all right?
Okay.
You're a girl, either you a thought or you make that kind of money.
Be gone, thoughts. Go away. I'm a man of God.
It's one or the other. You watch Instagram and that's all you see. Girls living lavish, traveling and stuff like that. They're sugar babies. Okay, okay, they just okay, they just don't tell you, but they sugar baby.
There you have it, y'all. We're about to wrap this thing up, man. Just gonna end it on this note right here. I left a comment on this video today, and it got almost a couple hundred likes. And I was just sharing my story, man. I said, single and married guy here. I started working in a blue collar field when I was 20, 60 plus hours a week. My friends were just the guys working as much as me. Saw my immediate family once a week. That's it. Saving the rest of that money. Started making 6 figures a few years later. Now 10 years later, I'm still in the field. I'm still in that field. Plus I started a business. With the little free time I do have, there's just absolutely no way I would give women like this the time of day. This life is not for most people. It's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll. Somebody replied to that and said, and when you could have used the comfort and encouragement of a good woman, they were nowhere to be seen. Now you realize you made it without them. You don't need them. Other guy said, same. Somebody said, I gotta tell you, my guy, as hard as you worked for so long, you look young and sprightly pickups. You big salute to that man right there. I can't really take too much credit for that, man. That's a lot of God and genetics, honestly. Yeah, so we'll read a few more comments, man. We'll get out of here, man. They're not worried about the future of their family. They're more worried about living a superficial and materialistic lifestyle that they've been exposed to by sleeping with rich guys who, honestly, man. Honestly, I spent most of my 20s getting to the point where I made $90K a year. Then I learned pretty quick these women have very little to offer and are actively planning how to spend your money. It feels really creepy and make it more like a parent-child relationship than a boyfriend and girlfriend one. I mean, yeah, it's a lot of hours, man. A lot of women just don't understand it. And okay, you get with that guy, and then you're not going to be happy. But it's just it. And I'm not apologizing for, like, yo, that's the one thing about me, man. If a girl ever comes out and says that I led her on, I told her this and that, bro, she's lying, bro. Straight up, she's straight up lying.
Stop the cap.
Now you might be upset with me, you might get pissed off with me or something like that, but when I first met you, I told you what the deal is. And I kept it real with them, whether it was a short-term fling or if I was really trying to vet them for a serious thing. I'm just keeping it real, man. I was honest. Either way, I'm honest with it. You might not like it because you can't force commitment out of me, but that's just the reality of it. So I don't feel bad, man, because I do not lead these women on. A lot of these women don't get led on, man. They just choose. Dude, I watched a video the other day where this young lady literally was saying, he won't let me love him. Talking about some dude that broke up with her. He won't let me love him. Now, if it was a guy saying that about a woman, she won't let me love her, what would the comment section be? Oh, he's a stalker. He's this and that. But it was a chick, so it was fine. Some of these women like to believe what they want to believe. But I know, man. I'm just a Texan, man. Well, let's try to find one more good one. The fact that these women even believe that men who are that successful would want them is mind blowing. I mean, honestly, yo, I don't want to.
No, sir, not me.
It's just, y'all, you go through these comments, it's just so many women with and again, y'all, this is an extreme, right? Like, this is an extreme. There's a lot of women in these comment sections talking about their husbands that do make that much amount of money. And look, my husband makes 6 figures. When he hit a certain level in his career financially, he went from kind of coasting day to day, 8 to 4, to now he's always working. Like, they're grinding. Like, it's just, dude, it doesn't matter whether you're doing it in a field, you know, in a trade, in the corporate world, or you're an entrepreneur. It's work. Any way you slice it, man, it's work. It's work. It's work. All right, we're gonna finish it up right here. We're finishing it up right here. I'm 25 and I met a guy who had just turned 44 and he's a millionaire. He's a nice person, but he always tries to have relationships that never work out. He always tries to have relationships that never work out because he doesn't have time. He runs large events for celebrities. When I met him, he asked me, do you think I should get married? Do you think I should have kids? Do you think I should settle down? He's already 44 asking me that. I think that's crazy, but it shows how work is more important than their own personal life than they think they know. I think they know what they have to miss out on. Yeah, for sure, man. Guys just shouldn't be more calculated in that regard. And plus, he's 44. Like, I mean, he's, as far as a man, he could still have kids. He could still have a family if he wants to. Like, years from now. It's just a biological difference. Just has to get a younger woman. That's pretty much it. Yeah, right on, right on, right on. Right on, y'all. Hope everyone's doing well, man. Heading into October. It's my birthday month, so, you know, it's good for me. And October is usually when it starts cooling down in Texas, so I'm rocking the felt today because it was beautiful outside today. Oops. All right. Last one for real. When you said those men are a bit psychotic, I had to laugh. It's so true. My husband's definitely in that category. I know most women could not handle being married to my man. I don't mean that in a bad way. He's a loving man, but he works a lot. He spends most of his time and focuses on his job, and he's very neurotic about things. We work because I get him. Just because we don't spend a ton of time together doesn't mean he doesn't love me. But these young girls, I want to show you what it's like to be married to a man who makes up $200K. I'll show you. I know you won't last a week. These type of men need a woman that's tough as nails and not easily made and secure. I'm not trying to toot my horn, but it is what it is. I know they don't actually want a man like this. They want the money, but not the lifestyle. No, it's true. They need to settle down their expectations. Everything comes with consequences. God bless us. They want a perfect comment to end it all. Yeah. Hey man, they want the money, they want the lifestyle, they want the Instagram, they want everything except the responsibility. I'm telling you, man, they want the wedding, they don't want to be a wife. It's 200K, man. That's paper, man. That's money. That's money. You gotta have a good, solid, strong woman, and a good woman can make you even more. Like, obviously you've already been doing it. Like, let's say, I mean, but some of these guys, they start off making 60K or something. A woman hedges her bet with the man. Man, if you got the gall to do that as a woman, you're a real one. That's what you're doing. You're placing your bet on this man. Can he do it? Can he get there? And a good woman can help him for sure. Can get him to another level. Whether that is be anything, man, from meal prepping to whatever he needs help with, man. You gotta become an asset in that man's life, not a liability. You're like just a liability. You're just a plaything. You're just a hey thing. All right, y'all. Favorite Texan here, man. Like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.